So I'm safe now. I don't have roommates who harass and want to assault me or and threaten me and steal and you know filthy kind of like filth terrorism, including like feces and stuff. So I sometimes I just sit here and cry um, that I'm safe, but also things that couldn't come up in the last 13 years come out of my um, are coming up. And some people call it shadow work. They say that I have to get through this instead of plastering over it. Um, so, just one thing that came to mind today. Um, I was doing a conceptual art piece where I talk about my labor history while doing a task, a repetitive task. Um, and somebody sat down and I was going to talk about that summer I was forced to sexually entertain strangers, middle-aged men in their motel rooms. And I started off with I had to go to work at 7 because my parents had a an addiction, and I was 7. And she started to say, well, if your parents need help, right? I'm an Asian bodied person, and this is a white bodied person. Um, just basically, and I said, yes, I was underage, and my parents didn't work, and they used their not having a green card as a basis of I have to entertain these sleazy men, but I didn't get up to the sexual part. So she kept on saying, well, your parents needed you to work. And when I told her what kind of work it was, and she's like, oh, yeah, but I thought it was like textile or piecework. She thought I was sewing or something. So that would make it okay um, to support addicts, adult addicts, and I'm a child. I was the citizen, right? I'm a United States citizen. This happened in the United States, and my parents were, I think they had student visas, but they weren't in school, but I'm not sure. Um, and, like they told me stuff, but it kept changing and they kept lying. So this is one thing that came up. Yeah, and you might think, so what? She said that it's not okay to sexually exploit your children. But what it is she's saying it's okay to exploit your children in terms of labor that an adult can do. My parents could have done factory work or textile related work, but they didn't because they wanted to always be wasted and not work. And so I think it's racism. I think if a white person said something like that, they would have said, where were the teachers? Where were the guidance counselors? Did you tell anyone? Did anyone get caught? Who was the foreman of this factory? So, um, absolute racism in the arts. I once had just met somebody. We were walking over from one arts organization to another. There was an artist talk, and one of the pieces of the artist who gave the talk. It was in a different location that was a walking distance of this arts district. Um, so we were walking, and this person asked me what I'm doing, and I told her, and it was through an organization, that had Asian in its name, and she said, "Oh, are things easy for you then? Is it easy if you're Asian?" And I said, "No." And I told her how in the mainstream world, I, as a choreographer, have had my sound turned off. by somebody, and it was seen by somebody who was stage managing for me. Her flipping the switch. Um, I've had people try to get their friends into my position, like if there was like programming where I got accepted by curators, by not answering me about what what the dates are, and then giving me another date abruptly. Maybe so I would give up, or I was busy that day. Um, I've had people talk to like the white people in my cast, sound and lighting people, as if I don't speak English, or if I showed up, And all lies, I think we lost. I think this organization lost the documentation of your piece. When I had spoken to the artistic director, who told me that it's in the archives, stuff like that. And I had like a 20-year career, so horrible racism happens in the arts. And this woman, I was walking to the other arts location. When I told her, no, there's a lot of racism in the arts and I've been mistreated many times, she goes, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. No, no, no. I'm not exaggerating, and I'm not making it sound more histrionic. This is, I guess she's middle aged. She had gray hair. Um, she wasn't a young girl. And that's how she is. She was to me, another white person. So, yeah, things that come up, it's okay to exploit a 7-year-old for labor because you don't want to work and you want to be wasted all the time. If they're Asian. This is the kind of crap that we have to deal with. Asian bodied people. Um, I'm guessing artists of color, though I can't speak for other races. And I'm saying probably Asian artists because I don't really have a Asian arts community. It's very competitive, and I don't fit the mold. Um, so that's one thing that came up. Other stuff comes up too, but I forget right away. I guess I want to dissociate. Um, but yeah, my health is still not okay. I'm still looking for a doctor, and but I'm very happy that I can be sick and injured and in pain, and people are not threatening me all the time and throwing out my stuff and stealing my stuff and destroying my stuff and making a disgusting mess, and all sorts of fumes and noises and harassment all hours. So I was gonna make this a short, under 5-minute video, but this is what happened. I would mean to upload more. Earlier, I was trying to visualize my 7-year-old self, asking if it's okay. My 7-year-old self told me in the past that if I asked her, I asked myself, was it worth it to keep living and to survive? And the 7-year-old me said I wanted to be like me. I asked again because I have health issues. I'm not creating much and performing much. And I asked her, and she said, I have so much courage. And I also asked her, I was never able to rescue a girl like I was as a child. I never had enough money or stability in my life. And she told me it's okay. I have courage. I'm stronger than most. And it's not up to people like me. It's up to people who have affluenza, people who, complain about how the government is, or how incidents that happen, and they get emotional and they get sad, but they don't do anything about it. They don't give up. They don't donate. They don't give up. They don't let somebody into their living room to sleep on their couch. They don't do these things. They just get upset. So the 7-year-old me told me I am who she wanted to be, but yes, I'm still needing medical help. Thank you for listening.